Hi guys, so this is the show bug actually I had at Philly last weekend. Thank you all for stopping by. It was great to have you around and all the compliments, and thumbs up I've received for this creation. I really much appreciate it. So I was given a little bit of energy boost after this weekend, so I know that frame building and making bikes like this is definitely worth it. So my intention is to give you like a description of the features of the bike itself, why I've built it, and I'll pause the video and I'll grab the camera and go, for every feature on this bike. So enjoy it and let's start. So basically what you see here, it's a gravelo-randonneur, because now you see the gravel tire, sorry. And if you actually downgrade to, this is 42 wheels, and if you downgrade to 38 or maybe slick tires, you can easily mount the fenders, which I had prepared. This is the front one. But I didn't take it because it was just a big hassle, and all the wrapping up and stuff like that. I just left the fenders at home, and it's got pole racer center pole brakes, and I was really particularly keep an eye on clearances, to work out with the fenders too. And the front one too. But first, the tubing, the selection of the tubing was really like I've put every single tube on scale to see the weight before I built it. But this is almost entirely Reynolds. The C tube is tapered 953, which is stainless. From 31.8 until up to 28.6. Top tube is Spirit tapered. I've flattened it because there is like internal routing from other side. I'll show you later. And the down tube, I'm not sure. It might be a Spirit or Reynolds, but it's 35 mils. Front fork, entirely Reynolds, very lightweight, 730 grams. It's got, this is obviously 36 millimeters head tube. It's a head. Seat stays oval, Reynolds, and chainstays Reynolds too. Some lightweight. I can't say which type of is it. So head tube machined. You see this little like machined top and end, top on the bottom, just to interact nicely the transmission with the headset. Same I've done on the stem. Stem is actually also nickel plated with the integrated brake housing stop, adjust a bolt, and with integrated bell mount too. Actually, this is pretty neat. This is pretty neat bell from Zefal. Probably you noticed the protectors, stainless steel. They were made from scrap top tube stainless steel one. I was one replacing on a certain crashed frame. Same for the chainstay protector. I've done this rack. It's out of 6mm stainless steel tube. This is just solid wire. And I've done so-called baby rack. I was laughing because one of the visitors came over and like, oh, I like that baby rack. I was like, nice baby rack. So let's call it a baby rack. The story behind the baby rack is that I finished the frame. I was going to assemble it, and then I realized I don't have a room where to mount the front light. I was like, oh my god, no. So I was just, trying to figure out what to, what bracket or rack to make. But then, yeah, I've used the studs, brake studs. I put quite a nice strong fillet, and let me tell you, it's super solid. It will definitely hold maybe a kilo or two. But there you go. This is a 6mm tube, and this is a solid wire. Again, it's got some studies here for like a strap or something. The bike, as you can see, is powered by SONm, which is an SL, and it's internally routed into all connectors are inside the steers. I'm using the SONm connectors. So then it goes into down tube in the bottom bracket, and then it comes out here, as you can see, into this lovely rear light, which was actually black, but I've de-anodized and polished a little bit. So, and I made this tiny little bracket too. It's out of stainless steel. For the ball brake brakes, I'm using the pulley from Rene's brakes. I didn't simply like the standard pull zinc galvanized pulley, and yeah, so check this out. I mean, this lovely transition for internal routing. I've done this. That was just either out of something to use holder for brake stop. The painting. Painting, it's entirely pearl, pure pearl. Base is the white one, and as you may know, the pearl doesn't cover much, so I've mixed it with the silver grain, and then I dropped a few drops of blue candy, so it gives you this sort of like bluish tone. This is orange, a little bit pearl too, and just a normal white, and all these the stripes I've done. Frame is called Orfanik, and I always like to have some specific frames or bicycles symbolic to particular event. So this is something I've done for the show. As you can see, this is a like Slovakian and USA flag, just to give respect. And the guy with the patch on his eye, this is actually the crazy scientist from Jules Verne novel, The Secret Castle of Carpathians, but this is from the film. Check my previous post about the explanations. I got 3 models: Orfanik, Zutro, and Gorz. Orfanik is the randonneur, gravel, randonneurs, Zutro is the gravels, and Gorz is the road type. Yeah, and let me introduce my cranks. I was working on this for 6 months with the company CNC. They've done that for me, and this is all CNC polished. They can anodize, and the only black isn't available in anode, but they painted. They got 30 years experiences making these. No, not these, but their brand, their own portfolio. This is something completely different. The versatile thing, or I mean the magic thing about this crank that this is 104 spider, so 46 outer ring and 30 inner ring. This can be exchanged to bigger spider, actually spider of 110 BCD, and then you have road cranks. Well, the length of this is 170, which is great for me and great for any chap, any rider. They're super solid, it's great taper, you know, the smoothness of the bearing, because it's incredible, like it's spinning beautifully. I'm really glad about this. Mind you, the weight of these is 500 and something grams, both as a pair, no bottom bracket. This is a standard BSA bottom bracket, and still I've managed, you know, to run a lightning cable which goes into Chainstay, and also GRX cable. Oh, that's impossible, because this is not T47 bottom bracket, but you know, it's possible if you make some modification, because I've done a little notch here in the C-tube, so I run the cable around, so there was like a little bit you know, space spare, but still I was able to, depends on what shells got the bottom bracket. And then GRX run all the way into rear dropouts, which is also my make. I'll raise them. This is like 3.5 millimeters thick, the main body. The face is like 2 something millimeters, and from inside there is also a face. So altogether the thickness, it's around up to 7 millimeters altogether. Yeah, the Bylum. People liked, you know, the Bylum head tube I've done. It's pretty thin. Actually, I braced, this is a fillet braced, I braced with a 36 silver. So this is my standard bracing rod I'm using. And the seat cluster, as you can see, it's also nicely sculpted. It's a Bylum too, and I've done this integrated bolt. So I think it's quite a nice piece. I don't know. A funny thing, actually, there were front racks I've done. They were almost like a king cage, a little bit taller, 30 grams less than the titanium ones, and you know, just there was a Jen asking about these, whether I'm keen to sell, and I said, yeah, I can sell. So Phil from New York bought them, and and on Monday before we left, actually, for airport, we met in outside the Museum of Modern Art to talk about his bike and his rear rack. He's going to perhaps order, but we need to just exchange few emails about it before. But yeah, they're sold. This is the head tube badge that it's drilled and screwed into. So I think that's enough. I mean, feel free to ask. This whole bicycle is for sale if anyone is interested. I'm totally okay to make some modifications, to our components, but this is entirely DI2. As you can see, there are no gear wire stops. So either 2 by something or 1 by something on the rear. So only DI2 or ETAP bicycle. Thank you for watching and see you later.